Hello, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I'm Stero, and I'm back from the Abyss to comment on the new Datacron stuff that's coming out. So, yeah, I've been kind of chilling, taking it easy. Just Grand Arena is not super fun for me anymore, but yeah, that's where I've been. But anyway, so got this new event coming up. If you want to go check it out, you can just go to the marquee event that's scheduled to start soon. Go to rewards, go down here to Datacron info. This is the cron you can get if you max them out right away. But if you hit that little eye, you can see the other four: Director Krennic, Hermit Yoda, Rey, Darkside Vision, and Chief Nebbit. So, yeah, my analysis with Datacrons, the thing that I look at the most, the key factor is, does this actually change anything? Right? Like, oh, maybe it makes the team better on paper, but none of the matchups that really matter change. Right? Like, if you have a Lord Vader, old school Lord Vader, and he gets a Datacron, like, oh, it looks really good. Oh, it makes him so much better. But it doesn't stop Bo-Katan, then what's the point? You know? So, with that in view, I'm going to start with the hot topic one, which is Rey Darkside Vision. This gives you a ton of stuff. Sith Troopers getting critical damage. First Order allies, when they're critically hit, get 10% critical damage, which is kind of a conundrum because under Kylo they can't get critically hit if they have advantage, which they have all the time. So, not sure how much that actually helps, unless you're going to be like running a Kylo Ren and mass lead. But uh, um, and then this one, the first time each dark side ally is defeated, remaining gain offense and speed stacking. So this is Sith enemies. Each time they're reduced below 50% health, they inflict doubt, which is really nice because doubt is a great buff, stops turn meter, buffs, stuff like that. And then the level 15, which looks really, really busted out of the box, and it is, but whenever an enemy takes a turn, Rey takes a bonus turn. On this bonus turn, she deals 100% more damage. So, and I guess the stats: 150% defense, awesome. 140% critical damage, amazing. 60% potency, eh. But here's my point here. Some people may look at this and say, man, this is going to be a great defense cron. And in my opinion, in order to be great on defense, it needs to stop Bane. Because if you put Kylo on defense right now, your opponent will, like 90% of the time, they'll just opt to just use Bane. And Bane cleans it up pretty easily. Now, Barbarossa over on the SWGOH events Discord has done some early access testing, so to speak, with this Datacron, and Bane still walks all over the team. I mean, it's a little bit closer. So, like, if you have a poorly modded lower relic Bane and you have like a very well modded, like, high relic first order team, it might break down, maybe. But if you have a decent cron, which we just, that last set there with the Sith crons had a lot of health. So I mean, if you have Bane with like a good chunk of health, you're just gonna win, it looks like. Um, so in light of that knowledge, I don't think that this is nearly as valuable as you might initially think. Now, what would make this more valuable is if there is something else in these Datacrons or in the new Datacron set that is broken and has to be countered with this particular Datacron, right? So if you think back like a year ago at this point, uh, there was the Padme cron for JMK, and it was just unbeatable. Like it was either you had to mirror, and that was miserable, or you had the Kylo First Order TIE Pilot Cron. I know there's also like the Kylo Cron itself, but the First Order TIE Pilot Cron made him able to counter the Padme Cron JMK, and it was just the thing, like that's just what I used it for, and I had to get it to counter the other one. So if there is a case for that, then sure, it's good. But it's not as good as I think it could have been because if it doesn't stop Bane on defense, then you're gonna, I don't know, you're gonna use it on offense, and Kylo and Rey were already top of the meta on offense anyway. Anyway, Hermit Yoda. This one has a lot of good stuff, and like even just like this light side, once you reach these thresholds, you get protection up for 2 turns. It can't be dispelled or prevented. I'm just thinking, like, even if you just buy this, get it to the level 3, and then stick this Kron on a. And look, it's got health and defense and critical. Stick this on a Rey team, particularly a Rey team with Ezra. And it's just gonna be so freaking annoying. I remember the last time we had this, and it was just Ezra wasn't out yet. It was just a normal Rey team, and it made the Star Killer counter so much more difficult. This could just, oh, it's just such a pain. Could be such a pain, especially if you can get like, I mean, if you max it out and get the health up to 80% to the point where, if they're bringing in Leia, they can't one tap, uh, Ezra Exile. Oh, it would be such a pain. So this one I would actually highly recommend because this level 3 is just so good. Now moving on, whenever a Jedi ally gains Foresight, they deal 20% more damage, stacking max 100% until the end of the battle. Many things you can do with this. So, one, you've got Qui-Gon Jinn. Everybody starts with Foresight. You've got Keller and Beck, Foresight up the wazoo. But and this whole cron seems geared towards Jedi Master Luke. And Hermit Yoda, his special ability gives all Jedi allies Foresight if you have the Zeta. Which means like they're very quickly going to stack a lot of damage. That JML team is going to be able to rip through like Leia easy peasy. I think this will make them able to rip through Ahsoka, because I think this 100% more damage plus this level 12, which is while they have 100% health, they have 100% offense, otherwise 100% defense, and they gain advantage for 1 turn if they're buffed at the start of their turn, which is all the time on a Jedi Master Luke team. They're just going to be dealing like 3 times as much damage. I think that'll be enough to take out Ezra Exile, because usually that's what it came down to, is you couldn't get past Ezra Exile. Anyway, moving on. Level 9. All right, he's moving back. Whenever Jedi Knight Luke uses a special ability, he gains a bonus turn. So in a JML team, the coin, the leadership granted ability, is a special ability. So assuming that it works like it should, then whenever Luke gets a turn, you... Let's see, what are we going to do here? Would you coin? I think you coin, first special, stun, back to coin, back to first special, and then I think basic. It's 6 turns, right? That's a lot of turns that he's going to be able to just take right off the bat, which is great for building Master Luke's ult stuff, but just dealing a crap ton of damage back to back to back. And these are bonus turns, can't be stopped by days. Very nice. Although I will point out this, I don't think this is going to work against the Raycron, because she's just going to interrupt each of his bonus turns with a turn, and she's going to be more impactful than Jedi Knight Luke will be. So I don't think it'll be a counter to Rey. I think Bane will be the sole counter to that. But it kind of was anyway. Hermit Yoda, the level 15. Whenever he uses a basic ability, you can call him to assist. This doesn't say on his turn, just when he uses a basic. Reduces cooldowns by 1, which means that foresight granting ability, you know, his little whoosh. Oh no, that's his basic. I don't know. I feel like all of his moves look like that. Anyway, reduce cooldowns on that, which means people get more foresight, which means they do more damage. He gains max health stacking. Cool. I guess that helps with the light side. If he gets him low, then he'll just have a buttload of protection up. Whenever he gains a stack of Jedi lessons, that's the like little Master Luke icon that they get, and you get it from the coin, or you get it from Master Luke's first special. But whenever he gains it, all Jedi gain a stack of Jedi lessons. Now, why that's crazy is Luke's gonna go. People are gonna start going. Hopefully, your Revan is fast. Revan, honestly, but you'd normally pass it to Jedi Knight Cal because you want to get his insta kill, right? I would think that you would instead pass it to Jedi Knight Luke. And then Luke, coin onto Hermit Yoda. Everybody gains Jedi lessons. Luke does his first special, stuns everybody, back to coin, everybody gains Jedi lessons again. Right? So at this point, like, well, then you go back to middle special, and then I think coin will be on cooldown. But what I'm saying is, you're basically by Jedi Master Luke's second turn, he will just already be at ultimate, and his ultimate's actually pretty decent. It just takes so long to get to that it really hasn't been much of a decider in many matchups. But this, like, then you're gonna get all these bonuses. It's great. Interesting thing about this Datacron, though, it sounds amazing. Stats. Health. Okay. Master Luke's all about protection. So, sure, it's nice, I guess. I mean, it'll be nice to, like, boost this protection up, but, like, it's kind of like anti-synergy with Master Luke. Defense, sure, great. And critical avoidance. Sure. Sure, great, I guess. Generally, when you're going up against teams like GLs, the teams that they're fighting have ways to like guarantee crits, or they just don't care about crits and they're going all for offense. I mean, like, I don't know, it just doesn't. The stats aren't great. I would have loved to see protection instead of health, or protection instead of critical avoidance. Potency would have been nice to land the Efflux, the AoE ability block, so there's nothing helping you there. But all in all, I think this is actually the one I'm going to go for first because it's so versatile. You can, like, early on, you buy it, take it up to level 3, fairly cheap, chuck it on Rey. I mean, even up through level 6, whenever a Jedi ally gains Foresight, they deal 20% more damage. Oh, that just means that good old Ezra Exile is going to deal more damage. Great, yay, we love that. So, I mean, or you can use it, like, if you don't have some of those people, you can use it with your Qui-Gon team. That'll make it trickier. Yeah, I mean, you could just use it with so many teams. I mean, heck, throw this on Leia. It's going to be super annoying. So this is actually my number one, which is a bit of a spoiler because I haven't gone through the other two. But other two, Krennic, and I'm sorry for being so long-winded. I'll try to scoot through it a little bit quicker. Star Trooper gets a revive and a bonus turn. Great. Empire, whenever an Empire ally deals damage to an enemy and no other enemy is ability blocked, inflict ability block for 1 turn on target enemy which can't be evaded or resisted. Okay. So you get the ability block on 1 person. But it's and no other enemy is ability block. So Yes. Interesting. Anyway, this, by the way, take it up to level 6, throw it on Iden Versio, Wampa proof. Because Wampa will just get ability blocked. And as soon as he cleanses it, he'll get ability block again. Yeah. So whenever another ally uses an ability on the turn, Death Trooper assists, dealing 50% more damage, will also kill Wampa. Support Kron comes back. This gives you a bunch of ramping stats. So level 12, honestly, you could throw this, like, ignore all of the Empire stuff and throw it on Jabba. Or somebody else, anybody else. Like, there's so many good supports. You can throw this on, like, a Leia squad with Captain Rex. Would be nuts. Oh, man, yeah. So, this one's also good in terms of, like, the level 12 support. But this is really expensive. Getting to level 12, really expensive. And the stats, 60% offense is nice. Critical chance, eh. Potency, sure. It's not like the strongest stat wise, and it's really expensive to get to level 12. So this is like a, if you're gonna buy it, go to level 6 if you care about Iden being a pain in the butt for people. If you want to try the Director Krennic thing, he gets like everybody's immune to daze, and whenever an enemy is inflicted with ability block, you get protection recovery. You've got this like insight mechanic where if he gets 10 stacks of insight, kind of like Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. But anyway, like whenever an enemy is inflicted with ability block, it's permanent for the rest of the battle, which is great, but Krennic sucks, and I don't think this is enough to bring Krennic back. It sounds fun, but I don't think it's enough to actually do much. We'll see, but this would be near the bottom of the list for me. And last but not least, maybe, we have the Chief Nebitcron. Jawas, man. Gotta love it. Level 3 light side. At the start of the encounter, the weakest ally gains 20% turn meter for every light side ally. Now, this is just light side. And the weakest ally is like the lowest combined health pool. So, oof. And things you could do. Yeah, no, that's just like, it's just, that has a lot of theoretical potential. Because essentially in 5v5, you can pick one of your attackers or supports to just start with 100% turn meter, which is pretty freaking good. So that has some theory crafting potential. Don't know how good it'll be, but I'm sure there'll be some pretty fun stuff that'll come out of just this level 3. Level 6 and 9 IG, 11 and Queel. We got turn meter removal, armor shred on a special, and some stuff. It's okay. Level 12 Jawa. Basically, they get a bunch of bonus protection so they don't die immediately. All enemies are inflicted with provoked, so they're constantly going to be hitting you back, which means thermal detonators are going to be going everywhere. There's a very toned down version of SWGOH in here where when it expires, a thermal detonator expires, Jawa allies recover 5% protection and health and gain 5% turn meter. Now this is kind of nasty, and then there's an 80% chance that the enemy is inflicted with it again, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. So it's just like turns into perma thermal detonators, which just sounds disgusting. Anyway, but these two are not Jawas, clearly. If you get to level 15, and unfortunately, to make this team work, you're gonna have to get to level 15. At the start of the battle, if all other allies are Jawa, IG-11, or Queel, all allies gain droid, Jawa, and scout tags. And then he basically dispels his own taunt and gives it to IG 11 instead. So that's really interesting. It seems like it could be a pretty fun team. I don't think it's going to be beating GLs or necessarily even like A tier non GL teams, but it could be a pain in the butt, and it sounds like it could be pretty fun. Combine this in territory wars with the Jawa Omicron could actually get pretty nasty. Force something serious out of your opponents. But stats, critical damage 60%, great. 45% health, great. 110% potency, great for those thermal detonators, and then 40% health steal. Okay, but like the rest of these all had 3 stats, and this is just like, oh, I have 40% health steal as a bonus for some reason. Pretty decent stat wise, but in all, for the focus Datacrons, the Hermit Yotacron would be the one to go for first. But I would like hold off on really buying much more than that until we get some more info and people work out kind of what crons actually do what, and pick this one up second if it becomes like the staple counter to some broken team like Lord Vader, Apocron, well, which it already is, but if you end up needing this cron to beat something else that's busted in this Datacron set, I would pick it up second. And then if you're going to go for these two, I mean, it kind of depends what you want to do. Unfortunately, this one is going to be last because this is a nice gimmick of giving the weakest ally 20% turn meter per light side ally, but it's a very expensive gimmick. Third, I would recommend Director Krennic because, you know, you take the first 2, you can slap it on Iden, you bring it up to a level 9, Death Trooper with Iden, still really good. I mean, you could put this on a DTMG team too, sure. You get to level 12, still put it on Iden, DTMG. You could even just throw it on Jabba because Jabba's losing his Cartel Cron. And this will make Jabba pretty freaking nasty too. And then level 15, I would not recommend going to it at all unless something happens where people are like, oh, this is super busted. But it's just... most of you aren't going to be going 3 full focus Datacrons, so I just wouldn't recommend it at all. Anyway, and then Chief Nebbit last, too niche. All right, maybe I will do an overview on the rest of like the base Datacron set at some other point, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and found that helpful, and I will see you again later.